Alright, what about something Gravity Falls related?
Nah, we kinda waited too long to talk about that, but not put a pin in it because I like the colorful pictures.
Good point. Maybe something new like Villainous.
Yeah, but I can't find an English version, so maybe we'll just have to come back to that. Ooh, what about Hazbin Hotel?
Nah, there isn't an actual series for that. Might be able to do Hell of a Boss, though.
Did someone say Hell of a Boss? I know someone who would love to talk about Hell of a Boss. Here she comes now. Okay, bye. Listen up, you alcoholic fever dream. You better get your apparition-looking ass over here and give me my husbando back, or I swear to God, I'll find the pointiest part of that figurine and shove it up there until it's one with your non-existent frontal lobe.
Actually, she's less of an apparition and more of a manifestation of... Hold on. And here I thought you weren't a Koopa.
I'm Koopa.
Props for thinking of the shell, though. I guess you can teach an old turtle new tricks.
Oh boy.
Nah, don't worry about it. We got a viewer discretionary. Anyways, here's your Blitz figurine. I guess she just roped you into a collab, and what better figurine for you to have, because I want to talk about Blitz. Let's figure out his history and his relationships he's had over the years.
Ooh, I get to talk about...
Are you ready to sell your precious cinnamon roll flavored soul to accomplish that, kiddo?
Why would I have to do that?
Hello, Dwebs, I'm Erik.
And I'm Looney, and I'm gonna sit this one out.
Okay. And for breaking my turtle, you get to spend the video in this corner.
Wow. You can be so evil. I love it. Especially if it means keeping her quiet for a minute.
Glad to help, she deserved it. This time. Anyways, we should probably start by getting a clear timeline of his life. Then we can figure out his relationships and how they've affected him.
Blitz's life story begins with him and his twin sister, Barbie Wire, and his presumed-to-be mother. He grows up with his childhood friend, Fizzarali, up until about their teen years. After that, he begins a show act with Barbie known as the Amazing Imp Twins, which goes on for a little while until Barbie ends up going to rehab for some sort of drug or alcohol addiction.
And rehab is for sad loser wash-ups. So your sister says hi.
With Barbie gone, he decides to do a solo act as a clown at Lululand, at which point he now has bad blood with Fizz. At some point, a horrific accident causes Blitz to lose about half of his face, resulting in the white scar tissue we see. After this, he tries a different approach in the solo act by changing it to The Great Blitz Show. While pursuing this, he meets Verosica at some point and begins to date her.
And from there, his life gets a little bit more involved in self-sabotaging, starting with his breakup with Verosica. In the episode Spring Broken, we learn that Blitz
Run off, leaving someone else to pay for the hotel room, steal their car, and run three rings to Rap and max my credit cards on shitty horse riding lessons.
God damn it, whore, you will not let that go.
Ugh, kinda screwed the boot with that one. But at least he got some horse riding lessons out of it. And a huge horse obsession. From there, he actually makes an interesting choice by adopting Luna.
How the hell do you know that happened after the breakup?
Well, there isn't much evidence to support it, but on Blitz's phone, the images appear to be in chronological order, with a very young Blitz, into adolescence, teenage years, adulthood. There's a clear progression in these images, so it only looks right that after he had his relationship with Verosica, he adopted Luna, which is an interesting choice, but after that, Blitz has a one-night stand with Stolas to steal the book, where he then starts the immediate murder professionals with Moxie. Then Millie comes into the picture afterwards, so maybe they got married while they worked together, and finally we reach the point where Blitz might have actually started caring about Stolas. Did I miss anything?
I guess not.
Good!
Based on what we've seen, especially in episode 7, we know Blitz has had a rough past. His relationships over the years have ended badly in some way or another. It all starts with his mother. It isn't explicitly stated what happens to her, but it's implied something quite bad happens as Blitz begins to cry upon seeing the photo.
It can be speculated that she passed away because in this picture we see her wearing this brooch where Blitz and Barbie don't have it. Then later on we see Blitz wearing it as part of his trademark imp outfit. It's kind of a consistent thing that he keeps wearing, so it might be a keepsake of some kind.
Next we have his father, who crushed Blitz's dreams of being in musical theater.
Are you gonna crush my musical theater dreams like my dad did?
We then have Barbie, who ends up in rehab, implying he never sees her. Then at some point, he has a falling out with Fizz. Then he sabotages his relationship with Veronica. Then we have Luna, who appears to not reciprocate Blitz's fatherly love, but occasionally has her moments, like her smiling at Blitz calling her family in the pilot and almost calling him dad in Spring Broken.
There are also a couple of pictures on Instagram where Blitz has some father-daughter moments with Luna looking more angry at the interactions. But there are some fun little moments where she looks like she's holding back a smile.
With Stolas, it starts off as a business deal with intimacy being the currency, but now it appears that Stolas wants more out of the relationship, while Blitz wants to push him away.
But on the same token, it seems like Blitz wants more from the relationship, but Stolas makes it feel like a business relationship through his actions. Let's go to Lululand, and you'll be my bodyguard. Let's go to the Harvest Moon Festival, and you'll save my life in the background. Oh, your business is royally screwed? Let me scold you for almost getting me in trouble. As much as they do seem to want something more from this relationship, it's clear that they haven't gone on any dates, and treat this as a work arrangement more than a serious relationship. Well, apart from the only real date, but that was just Blitz taking advantage of Stolas' status, and Blitz pushing him away because, honestly, it doesn't seem like he wants to talk about his feelings. Just boiling under the surface until now, and even then, he hasn't quite exploded, he's just fizzled out.
Finally, we have Moxie and Millie. As separate relationships, he and Moxie fight a lot, and Blitz is often quite hard on Mox, which, as we now know, is because he knows Mox can do better and knows what he's capable of. Despite getting annoyed with Mox on a regular basis, Blitz still cares for Mox. For example, when Veronica and her friends gang up on him, and Blitz bursts through the door, angry that one of his employees has been jumped by a bunch of sex-hungry demons. He and Millie seem to get along just fine, with Millie being extraordinarily patient with Blitz's antics most of the time, and Blitz not giving her a hard time on really anything. As a combined relationship, Blitz often interjects himself into the M&M relationship because, deep down, he craves what they have. He envies their unbreakable bond of love and passion and wants to have that too, most likely with Stolas.
Which finally leads to the most introspective episode this show could muster, Truth Seekers, where Moxie, in a hallucination form, sums up Blitz's issues in a very clear and direct way.
I believe your self-conscious is trying to tell you that you simply cannot fathom proper intimacy, but also craving as well. It's rather unfortunate, sir, considering it's often how you treat those who stand by you, such as myself.
Woof. He wants to get intimate with people, but is afraid of it at the same time. This could be because of his family and what's gone on in his life. With his mother gone and his twin sister in rehab, Fizz hating his guts, and his father not approving of his dreams, he ended up losing the closest relationships he's had. So if he's able to lose them that easily, who's to say that it won't happen in a new relationship? He seems to at least subconsciously realize this in his relationship with Veronica. As she says in the finale,
Yeah, but when it was my turn, he did no reciprocating. A selfish imp in the sheets, and just as bad in the streets. A reckless, heartbreaking freak.
Wow, not only is he a dick, he's also an idiot. I mean, who wouldn't want to drill a hot pop star? So, with all that said, Blitz is pretty messed up. He's a damaged imp who uses pride to compensate for his insecurity and has had a rough past that he tries to escape from, but at the same time keeps memorabilia from it. He changes his name but keeps his posters. He also has had almost every relationship in every form, and those relationships have had some kind of rockiness to them. He greatly struggles with romantic relationships in particular because he treats M&M and Luna as family, and that's about as far as he's comfortable going. With the way episode 7 ended, it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here, what with season 2 around the corner.
speaking of corners, I guess it's finally time to let her out. So, what did we learn?
That the turtle has an overprotective dad?
Friend, I'll have you know I'm older than him.
And yet I still have to clean your tank.
360 no scope wrecked, bitch.
Hey, you know that was part of this whole pet thing.
You had a sign saying that you would turtle for money. What did you expect me to do?
Well, you spiced up the deal with the offer to feed and water me with a roof over my head.
That's what people do for their pets.
And how was I supposed to know that? I'm just a turtle.
A magical, deformed talking turtle with an affinity for cartoons.
I thought we agreed never to talk about the dark years.
Dark years? Is that what you call it? The most traumatic experience in your life, and you call it something as simple as the dark years.
Well, we both know that this is just an excuse to shoehorn in hints about my backstory into a video.